Viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we're using the International 9400i truck, and I gotta say it's a very nice looking truck indeed. Love the look of these older international trucks. They just look freaking amazing. Gonna be doing a little night run, picking up that construction house that's right over there in front of us, and we're going to be taking that to San Rafeal, to the Beezer homes, which is where we're currently at now in Reno. I believe we're in Reno. Oh, Carson City. So we're currently in Carson City. I just remembered I took a trip from Reno to here to test out the truck and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this puppy up. I got a 600 horsepower Cummins ISX 15 with an 18 speed Eaton Fuller with a retarder. Let's go ahead and turn on some lights here. Let's go ahead and check out the sound of this truck. Here is a look of the interior here today. Very nice looking truck indeed. Got a GPS up there on the dash cam, which is currently not being shown, but it will be probably once we pick up the load here. Very nice. Let's go ahead and put on some flashers. And let's go ahead and pick up this construction house. Alright, so there it is. Just a little dark on the map there. Just want to let you guys know that this one is actually not in 1.38. This one is actually in 1.37. I know it's kind of weird to have a 1.38 video, then back to 1.37, and then we'll end up going back to 1.38. I know that's kind of weird, but it's just something that we are going to be doing. So let us go ahead and turn on our beacon lights here as well, because we'll just kind of keep our beacons on for this construction house. Not really a thing for construction houses, like a beacon is needed, but we're going to be using it anyway. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this hooked on first try. There we go. I don't have advanced coupling on or anything like that, so. Alright. So it looks like our flashers are working. Very nice looking load. It's currently about midnight here in Carson City. Let's go ahead and do a tug test here real quick. Yeah, it looks like the truck is working. Let's go and turn on some lights. And let's go ahead and get on out of here. But there's a look at the beacon lights right there. Flashing around, looks super cool, kind of like the older flashers and stuff like that. Alright, let's go ahead and get on out of here. I actually found a companies mod, which is good. So we ended up having some actual companies in this game right now, like real life companies instead of like your default ATS companies. So I'm like super excited about that. Very nice. One thing though I did notice about this truck is that if you guys remember the Freightliner Cascadia I used with my CR England video, I think I'm making a right out of here, right? Yeah. Looks like I got a car coming. It's a cop, of course. Let me make this right hand turn. Looks like we're going to be all good. Got our construction house following here. Alright. Making a left out of here. I think we are good to go. But yeah, if you guys do remember, I did have that Freightliner Cascadia, and for some reason I have noticed that I ended up taking that mod out since we've already, like, you know, shown off the truck and stuff, and I wanted to have like other trucks in game so they don't, like, you know, conflict or whatever. And I ended up finding out that with that truck, with taking that truck out, the interior props like that Pepsi can, the pack of cigarettes over here on the dash, the GPS and stuff was not working on this truck when I took it out. So I put it back in and it started working again. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. I thought it was just part of the SISL Mega Pack, but it turns out that it actually did need the Freightliner in. So I do have the Freightliner back in and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of weird. But yeah, it wouldn't work in the shop. So whenever you try to go customize this truck and whatever, it just nothing would pop up in anything. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. But I don't know. I do not know. Alright, we got the green light. Let's go ahead and make our left-hand turn here and try to get out of Carson City. I'm actually going to keep this GPS on just because you can kind of barely see the one on the dash over there. It looks like we got 30 miles an hour coming through out of Carson City. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's actually a very nice looking interior too. I was kind of wishing we were doing a daytime run, but a nighttime run is okay as well. Looks like we're going to be coming to a red light here. Hopefully it changes, but I know it's going to change as soon as I stop. So pretty much because they do have the arrow. So we're going to have to stop here for the red light. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'm actually not really a fan of that curtain that I threw in. I threw it in just because I thought it would look cool on the truck. But now I'm just kind of like, I don't know why I even threw it in. It just kind of obstructs my view of the stoplights a little bit. So kind of not sure why I even threw it in at this point. But it still does look pretty cool. So we are now leaving Carson City. And it looks like we're actually going to be staying on a main highway. It looks like we're coming up on 580. So we're heading on 580 to Reno. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, one thing I have also noticed is that we've actually been on kind of like a red theme with our trucks recently. So we had that, besides that like Oshkosh military truck, we've kind of been red. So we had that Volvo 660 that was red, and we have this International. And then we had the Freightliner Cascadia, which was part of that CR England gig. So that was also a red truck as well. I think we're actually staying on the interstate, so I'm going to get in this middle lane here. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. So I'll go ahead and set my cruise here once we get up to 60. Perfecto. Alright. I'm actually going to turn the beacons off. I mean, we do have them, but we don't actually need them for the most part. Alright. One of the things that I did want to actually talk about in this video, and actually before I get to talking about it, oh shit. Before I actually get to talking about it, I just want to make sure you guys are having an awesome day so far. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. But yeah, so it's actually one of probably the worst times to actually be in law enforcement. I know the House actually passed a bill about a police reform bill or something like that, or an anti-police reform bill. So the House isn't actually on law enforcement side. A lot of police officers are actually walking out from their jobs, sort of blue flu if you call it. They're actually walking out of their job. They're calling off, not showing up, all that fun stuff, and I don't actually blame them. It's actually one of the worst times to be in law enforcement. There's been a lot more assaulted, a lot more murdered within like the past couple weeks and stuff, past like month or so, and it's just horrible. So I guess we're governed at 65 because it's an external contract, so we won't be going any more than 65. But yeah, it is a horrible time to be in law enforcement. Now they're talking about with like defunding police departments, and a lot of major cities have actually taken the SROs or school resource officers out of like public schools and stuff like that, which I think is honestly stupid, because yes, you do have counselors at school, but then there's also police officers who are also trained to deal with that kind of stuff as well. And then if something happens on school grounds, you're going to call the police when the police would have been already there for the most part. So I still think that that's kind of, you know, over the edge, that they're trying to defund police departments, and a lot of police departments are actually like LAPD and stuff are, you know, being underfunded. I think it said it was like $150 million, and those are actually going to like other, you know, programs or stuff like that, which I don't know. I just do not understand myself whatsoever. But yeah, I just don't understand that whatsoever. Here we go. That dude's carrying a tractor. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Looks like we're actually going to be getting off up here and going on another interstate. So let's go ahead and check that out. See what's going on with that. But yeah, also, if you guys didn't hear, Seattle Precinct has actually been taken over by a new CHOP thing, which actually a lot of businesses and residents in Seattle are actually suing over. Oh, not this one. Not this one. It's this one. Which a lot of businesses and like residents and stuff are actually suing the city over because they're not doing anything and stuff like that. Supposedly there was like people that were, you know, shot and everything in there. And they ended up calling the police even though it was like a no police zone. And then they got mad when the police wouldn't come in when they wouldn't even let them in. So it's like, are you kidding me? But that is what it is, I guess. Jake brake on this truck sounds horrible. Just letting you guys know it is not a mean sounding Jake brake whatsoever coming into Reno here. Alright, let's go ahead and start speeding up once again here. We got the all clear. Perfect. But yeah, I guess now in Colorado, they are trying to make it so that if a person is hurt or shot, like struggling with the police or whatever, the perp can actually sue the officer, and he would have to pay, and the officer would actually have to pay the perp for hurting him. I'm like, that is the stupidest thing ever. That literally goes beyond your training as a law enforcement officer, because I mean, you're not trained to hurt, but if you have to, you have to, or shoot to kill, you know. But now if you actually get in a struggle and you get injured, so like let's say you're in a foot pursuit, the officer tackles you and you break your arm or get a bloody nose or whatever, the officer now has to pay you for technically assaulting you, which I think is stupid because you ran from the police. So I don't know, it's just one of the worst times to actually be in law enforcement. And I really just do not understand half the stuff that's going on with the law enforcement community right now. And just, you know, a lot of officers are walking out, which I honestly do not blame them whatsoever. I just don't. I really don't. Alright, so coming into Reno here once again, it looks like. There we go. But yeah, just gonna let you guys know that I fully support law enforcement, and this channel does fully support law enforcement. So if you guys out there are anti-law enforcement and you're watching this video, you're watching this channel, do please unsubscribe. I don't want any of your comments saying, you know, defund the police or anything like that. I don't want any of your hate comments on law enforcement or cops or anything like that. Just go ahead and unsubscribe from the channel right now and just stop watching my videos, because I will not tolerate any anti-law enforcement comments on this channel. So I'm just going to let you guys know that right now. Same thing with military, anti-military, get off this channel. Unsubscribe, don't watch any videos, and I do mean that. I don't want to see any of those comments because they will be deleted and you will be blocked. So just letting you guys know. Steep grades ahead. But yeah, I did end up actually taking out the Coast to Coast mod and the Midwestern mod, and that is only because of the 1.38 beta. So we are going to be kind of sticking to the default SCS maps unless I decide to throw the maps in again, which I feel like I'm going to, because I do enjoy the Coast to Coast mod. There was an updated version since the last time I actually threw it in, so I'm going to check that out. Maybe get up to Montana and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, as of now, we're just kind of going to be traversing through the main SCS states, and looks like we can bypass the way station. Perfect. But it looks like we're actually speeding, so it's about 55 through here. I'll go ahead and set the cruise at 57. But we can bypass the way station, ladies and gentlemen. That is awesome. Awesome. But yeah, going along with the talk of like defunding police and stuff like that, I've seen a lot of Facebook posts about truck drivers, and they're basically saying that they will not deliver to cities with defunded police departments. And honestly, I don't blame them either, because I don't want to be, you know, driving on the roads, you know, backing up to like a Walmart or something, Next thing you know, there's no police at that city, and then it looks like we're all coming to a stop over here. But yeah, that is your Jake brake, guys. It is basically nothing. Nothing. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be a truck driver unloading a truck. You know, like on the city of Chicago, sometimes they have to unload trucks on like the side of the road and stuff like that. I would not want to be doing that, unloading a truck on the side of the road, and then someone just comes up to you and, you know, just starts assaulting you, and there's nobody to help you. You know, the police are not there, no one's going to help you, and they're going to take you, rob your load, take whatever you got in your wallet, and leave you for dead, basically. Like, I don't blame any truck drivers for doing that. But yeah, that's all because of like all the rioting going around. And yes, I understand some were peaceful protests, which I have no issues with. But when you go and start rioting, you know, burning buildings down, burning police cars, assaulting people, killing people, then I actually have a problem, because that's not a peaceful protest. That is just rioting. And honestly, if I had it my way and I made the laws, it'd be terrorism. That's what you're doing, is you're terrorizing your whole cities. We're going to go and pass these guys here. Construction home is looking mighty fine back there. Mighty fine. Oh, shit. There we go. Alright, so we're passing up that trucker now. But yeah, another thing that I actually wanted to talk about, and it's actually kind of graphic, so viewer discretion is advised. But there was 2 videos that were being surfaced online during all these like rioting and stuff like that, and they were basically 2 videos. I'm kind of in both lanes here, but it was 2 videos. One was of a FedEx driver who was actually dragging someone underneath his truck, and ultimately, yes, the individual was, you know, deceased since he was being dragged by a truck. So like I said, these are actually like pretty graphic, but I'm not going to be showing the video. I'm just going to be talking about them. Looks like our Jake brake isn't working for some unknown reason. Interesting. I don't know. Sounds, yeah, the Jake brake's not working in our truck for some reason. But yeah. So they ended up blaming the driver for dragging the body, or for dragging the person that was trying to, you know, trying to loot into the semi and stuff like that. They ended up blaming the driver for the thing. And he just, you know, he kept on going. I don't think he even knew that there was someone underneath his, you know, axle or whatever. So he just kept on going. And then come to find out that later on there was an investigation into it, and come to find out that one of the protesters actually pointed a gun, or rioters, I should say, not protesters, rioters, actually ended up pointing a gun at the driver. So that's why he drove off. And honestly, I don't blame him, because if I had a gun pointed to my head and I was a truck driver and I was unarmed, you know, because a lot of companies don't a lot of companies don't have your truck drivers be armed, I would be doing the same thing. I would, you know, just pedal to the metal and get the hell on out of there. There was another one that was actually a driver that drove through a crowd of people blocking the highway. Ultimately, he was arrested for what he did, but then all the charges were dropped against him because, you know, I guess there is a law out there where if there are people blocking a highway and they end up starting to, you know, come and knock on your door, try to assault you or whatever, threaten you, you know, vandalize your truck or whatever, you actually technically are legally allowed to run them over. But now if they're just standing in the middle of the road with signs, no. But if they're coming in to assault you or whatever, you feel like your life is threatened because of them, legally you can run them over. So do what you want with that information, but that is just something that I will be telling you guys there and whatever. So, but yeah, I just think that this whole thing, like, I understand the whole George Floyd thing. Yes, that was a corrupt cop. It was a dirty cop. All the cops there should have been, you know, are charged or whatever, and they should face, you know, the maximum that they can, because that was completely wrong. But with them canceling shows like Cops and Live PD that actually show the good side of law enforcement, the good cops, I think that's just taking it too far. And then of course they wanted to cancel Paw Patrol, which I never understood. And we're going to get on the Jakes here because we're getting off here. Got about 65 miles left to go. We're coming into a California sunrise here. Looks like we're good. Yeah, we are good. Our construction home is following us perfectly. Alright, so we're heading towards San Rafael and Sacramento. Alright. Looks like we are good to go. So we are going to be going. Cool. Oh, we got a bus over there. I didn't mean to go in front of the bus, but you'll be alright. There we go. There we go. But yeah. Like I was saying, I support, you know, justice for George Floyd. Yes, all that happened. Because, you know, it should have honestly been avoided from what it was. There was actually a video of one of the officers that was a part of the George Floyd incident. He was actually out grocery shopping after he got out on bail or bond or whatever. And I guess a lot of people confronted him at a grocery store, and, you know, of course it's going to ruin his life for what he did. I mean, honestly, I don't feel sorry for him for what he did, because he could have easily stopped what he was doing and stuff like that. There was no need for George Floyd to actually be killed in the incident. One of the things I do not agree with, though, was that George Floyd's family was handed a folded American flag, which, to me, that's kind of a spit in the face to all the servicemen and women, all the law enforcement officers, firemen, all that. Just because, I mean, yes, he was innocently killed, which he shouldn't have been killed, but his family did not deserve a folded American flag. Like, that is just my opinion on that. They should have just kept the funeral at what it was and stuff like that. But that happened, so that kind of irritated me a little bit. But I'm not going to go into more details about that because we're almost at our destination here at San Rafael. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, do make sure you guys hit the like button. Looks like we're coming up on a 35 here. Whew, we ended up braking just in time for this light here. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off the headlights here. Oh, on a green light. Perfect. Of course, right as we stop, it turns green. Gotta love it. Got to love it. So I got that fire sand trailer there. That Smith's Code dump trailer, whatever it's called. That Explorer really should not been where he's at, because we could have easily rear-ended him. And of course, there's going to be a thing right here. Broken down vehicle. Very nice. Alright. Gonna be following this logging truck here. Empty logging truck. Let's go ahead and start slowing down here. Alright. But yeah, for the next couple episodes, damn, $534,000 on his trip. That is awesome. That is freaking cool. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for making the company money. But yeah, we will definitely be back in the 1.38 beta coming up this episode. I'm trying to see if I can get something through El Centro to kind of, you know, check out the revamp and stuff like that. We did Vegas last, so we'll try to get through El Centro. But yeah, I should hopefully be throwing that Coast to Coast mod back in. Maybe we'll throw in a couple different other map mods like Canada Dream and the Mexico ones. We can kind of explore those on streams and stuff like that. I feel like that would be super cool. Looks like we're getting on the interstate here just to get off at the next exit. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Getting on here. That's a weird placement for lines. And then getting off over here at San Rafael, San Francisco. Let's go ahead and get on the Jakes over here. Not quite sure if this is a lane or if this is a shoulder. So I'm going to hop over one because I think that's actually the shoulder. Go down and go 30 around this curve here. And kind of a different load, but I've kind of been trying to explore like different loads that we can be doing and stuff like that. So I'm tired of trying to do like the default 53-foot, you know, containers or dry vans or whatever they're called, the dry van trailers and stuff like that. So I've been trying to get, you know, more variety in like different loads and stuff like that into the game, and just different loads that we can do for videos and whatnot. So Bear with me as we do that. Just different like trailer mods and all that. So bear with me on that. We'll still be doing a lot of different company runs and stuff like that here soon. I just kind of wanted to show off a couple different trailer mods, everything like that before we start getting back into companies. So we'll kind of just do like variety. So here we're doing a construction home. We might do like an intermodal container coming up, and then we might do like another flatbed or whatever after that. So it just kind of depends on the day and what I'm feeling. But we got another truck coming over there before we can make this turn. And I think we'll be good after him. After that Sierra. I don't think we'll have to kind of extend this out into that Camaro's lane. Which he stopped for us anyway, so I do appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. Alright. So we're taking this thing to another Bay Blazer Homes or whatever it is called. We'll be taking this over here. Looks like we found a direct hire, so we can hire some drivers here. Very cool. Alright. Not sure if we're going to have to back this trailer in. I'm assuming we are. Let's see. I'm going to go and take a left after this donut shop here. Where the post-ed truck is. I thought I changed those. I thought I made those FedEx. Interesting. I don't know. Let's go ahead and turn on our flashers here. Beezer Homes. Where do they want this at? Looks like... Oh, I see it. It's in there. Okay. It's literally inside that garage over there. Is where they actually want it. So we'll go ahead and take it right there. So right in there is where they want this bad boy. Gonna hit the fence over there. Don't want to do that. Gonna try to turn this truck around here. That should be good. Alright. Gonna try to aim it in for that garage, which is, I don't even see on the map here. Okay, so I do see the garage door in the picture that we're trying to aim for. Or not in the picture, in the mirror. So let's go and try to aim for that. I think we're going to be a little bit shy. But that's alright. We can pull forward if we need to. No, I think we're going to get this. I do think we'll get it in. Looks like we are. If I can see it on that side. No, I cannot. Make sure we don't hit anything in there. Which it looks like we're about to hit the inside of it. So let's go ahead and pull forward. And try to actually straighten this thing out. Alright, well, we almost straightened it out. Okay, looks like we'll actually make it in this time. Maybe. Like, I do have a good read on this garage. No, we got it in. Now let's just keep backing this thing in until we are cool with it. Make sure we don't hit anything. Okay, looks like a little bit to the left or to the right. Make sure we don't actually hit nothing either. Alright, it looks like we're going to hit those pallets over there, so let's go and pull up a little bit. Let's go and just straighten this out. Okay, let's take a look at the trailer before we start backing up here. Looks like we can go a little bit to the right here. Alright, I think we'll get it here. Looks like we will. Alright, here we are getting it right here. Looks like we're going to be able to get it in right now. Had to kind of mess around a little bit with the truck to kind of get it into here, which it looks like we're going to be alright now. Alright, so we got it in. Let's go ahead and set that to neutral. Let us go ahead and set the parking brake, and let's go ahead and unload this cargo. Alright, so we went for 307 miles, 40 minutes, 52.5 gallons of fuel for excellent. And we ended up making $11,129 on that run. Alright guys, well that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys here on the next one. Peace.